Okay, so we're back with another 9th edition battle report. This time it's going to be Necron versus Tau, and we're playing the Scorched Earth mission. So I have some new models. I just built my Indomitus box, so ignore the gray models, but they were just built last night. Starting off though, I have a Cryptic as my Warlord with the Veil of Darkness. I have the new Destroyer Lord model. I really wanted to try him out. That's actually the whole reason I'm playing Necrons today, just because he's really cool. For troops, I have 20 of the new warriors with the Gauze Reapers. I'm going to try those out and see how they work. I have 20 warriors with the Gauze Flayers, 10 Tesla Immortals. Fast attack, I have a 5-man Scarab Squad, and another 5-man Scarab Squad just came out of the box. And then 5 Destroyers. I wanted to do 6, but then you have to do the whole unit coherency and blast weapon thing, so 5 is just easier to maneuver. And for heavy support, I have 1 Doomsday Arc. I have 2 Annihilation Barges. And then finally in the flyer roll, I have 2 Night Scythes, and that is my whole army at 2,000 points. Actually, it comes in, I think, just slightly under, but we'll see how it goes, and I'll go over to Tau here in a second. Okay, so here we are with the Tau side of things, and we start off with, he has a Farsight Marksman there as his HQ, and a, I forgot the name of it. Cold Star Commander as his Warlord, of course with some drones with it. He has a 3-squad Crisis Suit team with a bunch of drones, and they're all missiles, right?
Yes.
They have all missiled out. Troop choices, he has 6 5-man squads, 3 of the short-range breachers, and 3 squads of fire warriors. Then on this side of the table, all the big guns come in. 3 separate broadsides, each with drones, and then of course a Riptide with some drones, and then for the fire warriors we have 3 Devilfish. So that's 2,000 points for the Tau. We will get to deployment and we'll be back then. Alright, so back into deployment. Both armies are set up. We rolled for first turn and Necrons are going first. I won the dice roll and it was kind of a toss-up to either go first or second, but fighting against Tau, I want to try and punch before I get punched back. So starting off at the end, I got Night Scythe, my big barge, Immortals in the building, both my Annihilation barges here, the objective there. Big unit of warriors plus my Cryptic in the bushes. They're -1 to hit, of course, being in a forest. Another objective there. I have 2 units of Scarabs and my new Destroyer Lord guy there, and my other Night Scythe there. My other big Gauze Reaper unit of warriors is in one of the Night Scythes, and then the Destroyers are deep striking, thanks to my Dynasty trait, or Dynasty stratagem. And then the Tau, they have a big force in the center. We're counting those crystals there, the Necron crystal kind of things, as a forest. We're pretending they're 3 inches tall, they're about 2.5 inches tall. So anyway, that's also -1 to hit terrain. Then they have a broadside and a Devilfish behind this building, and then the majority of their force is over there behind that building. They're all hanging out, the Commander, the Riptide, another broadside, another Devilfish, hiding behind that, and that's just line of sight blocking. So that's what we're doing, so we'll be back with Necron turn 1 and see what happens. Alright, so back at the end of Necron turn 1, it was a pretty quick turn. I advanced both my Annihilation barges up, both my Night Scythes moved up. These Scarabs suicided onto that objective, so I took Domination as one of my secondaries, so I need to control 4 objectives. So I have 1 there, I have 1 there, here, and here. So I'm holding 4, so I scored 3 points for that. I also raised a banner on this objective, and raised a banner on that objective. I also took the objective to kill more enemy units, so I was hoping to kill a bunch of the gun drone squads. But the red drones in the back passed all their saves, and there's also a single drone, the guy on the left there is all by himself, whoop, that kind of got blurry, who survived by passing a Feel No Pain save. It's a shield drone. So it's only actually killed 2 shield drone units, I was hoping to kill 4, so I probably will not score that objective this turn, but we'll be back with Tau turn 1 and see what happens. Okay, so we're back at the end of Tau turn 1, and I am now missing both of my flyers. That Riptide back there was very angry and did not like this fly over here. They had a bad discussion the night before, I guess, and shot it and just blew it out of the sky, 1 shot. Then pretty much the rest of the Tau army shot into this flyer. Finally, the last unit shooting took it out of the sky. I used my strategy to emergency disembark my warriors out of it. And then this little guy over here took a little bit of fire, took 4 wounds. He passed some of his quantum shielding saves, or he'd been dead as well. So that's it. Oh, and not it. In combat, I got assaulted by a whole bunch of Tau, and I focused on some drones a bit, and I actually was able to kill drones due to morale. So that gets me my grind them down points. So I got 6 points turn 1 secondaries, but he also got 6 points for killing both of my flyers. They're 3 points each for the Bring It Down, I think it's called, secondary, killing vehicles and monsters. So we both got 6 points on secondaries turn 1, so we'll be back with Necron turn 2 and see what happens. Alright, so back at the end of Necron turn 2, and it was a pretty eventful turn. Scored 10 points in the primary at the start of the turn. I got 2 more points for Raise the Banners. I got Domination again this turn because these warriors piled on and are holding that objective. And then of course I have this one still and my 2 in the backfield. I killed 5 units this turn, mainly just shield drones rather, but see if Tau can kill 5 to stop me from grind them down. But what happened is the Scarabs and the Destroyer Lord moved up and assaulted this tank, knocked it down to 2 wounds. That ongoing combat, I didn't leave, so we're still fighting there. I was able to kill the 3-man Fire Warrior squad of that combat. And this guy moved up, he was back here, shot in, killed 2 units of drones because his underslung gun killed 1 and his big gun killed another. And then he assaulted those battle suits, and he's down to 1 wound with Overwatch, and then he got punched a bunch, but he did tie them up, and that's what I was looking for. And other than that, I put some wounds on some tanks. That one back there got shot with my Doomsday Arc, it's down to 7 wounds. And that one took another wound in combat as well. So that's what I did. I just killed mainly a bunch of drones, took a bunch of board control. So we'll see how the Tau respond in their turn 2. Alright, so back at the end of Tau turn 2, and it was a bloody turn. As you can tell, there's no more Necron warriors in the middle there. So most of the army shot into that 20-man squad and was able to pick them up. And then we took some more fire into this Annihilation barge and it died. And also that barge that charged the Crisis suits died. So I lost 3 units, but that does mean I'm going to score some points for grind them down. But I did lose a big chunk of my firepower doing it. So we'll be back on Necron at turn 3 and see if I can keep scoring points. Alright, so back at Necron turn 3 and I keep scoring points, but I'm not really damaging any of the big guns. So I gotta see if I can score more points and weather the fire and try and win on points while my army gets destroyed. But I did kill 2 of the Devilfish this turn, so that's an important thing. So that Devilfish died. 1 of the Breacher squads that was there died. I knocked the other one down to 2 models. I was able to kill 2 Fire Warriors that were holding this objective. And I was able to kill a Devilfish that was on this objective. These guys ran up to hold that one. My Destroyers came back here just to get up onto it next turn, so maybe I can score another turn of domination. The Doomsday Arc is holding that objective, so currently I'm on a bunch denying Tau points. But they are definitely outgunning me at this point. So I'm going to try and storm ahead on points and weather the fire. So we're back with Tau turn 3 and see what happens. Alright, so we're back at the end of Tau turn 3. And they continue their big fire base in the middle, blowing up all my stuff. My Scorpic Lord here took a bunch of fire to the face. He actually tanked every shot from the Riptide and passed all of his saves like the boss. But he ended up dying to the big squad of battle suits. I tried to reanimate him with the stratagem, but you can't re-roll it anymore. So I rolled a 2 and he did not stand back up. My Scarabs finished off that Breacher team in combat, and a bunch of fire went into my Immortals, and they're not around anymore. So Tau finally scored the not called Recon anymore, but the pretty much Recon secondary, so they're scoring that. They're finally on my side of the board.
Engage on all fronts.
Engage on all fronts, that's the name of it. So the Tau are definitely winning in firepower, but I'm going to try to hang on to my points lead and see how I can finagle them out. So we're back with Necron turn 4. Alright, so Necron turn 4, and turns are getting real quick on the side of the board. I just consolidated around this objective. My Scarabs came up and assaulted this tank to take that objective. This Doomsday Arc moved up to claim that objective, and my Destroyers are hanging back here holding this one. So I hold 4 again, so I get domination again. Other than that, the only shooting I had was this Arc. Doomsday Arc shot in and killed a single Crisis suit over there. And these these warriors shot in and killed the last of the drones over there. So there's no more drones on the table. I've officially killed all the screening units at turn 4. So we'll be back with Tau turn 4 and see how much I've left at the end. Alright, so we're back at the end of Tau turn 4 and I have little left on the board. So they shot into the Scarabs and of course killed them off. There's only 4 left. More importantly, those over here, they shot and killed the Doomsday Arc and killed 3 of the Destroyers. Luckily, I have 2 Destroyers hiding behind terrain, so they can try and reanimate. But that leaves me with these 2 Destroyers and these Warriors of the Cryptic. That's all I got left. So I'm only scoring 5 points starting my turn. I got to try to get as many as I can to keep my points advantage. So we're back with Necron turn 5 and see what happens. Alright, so back at the end of Necron turn 5 is our last turn of the game. I couldn't score many points, but I did what I could to deny the Tau points. So I assaulted into this Devilfish. Well, first I shot the Riptide. I actually did 3 wounds to it. And then assaulted into the Devilfish, which got me onto that objective. My Warlord strung back here, but within 3 inches of that objective. And my Destroyers moved up here onto this objective. And then they also shot in and killed the broadside that was in that building. So I'm sitting on 3, which doesn't score many points in the last turn, but it will deny Tau from holding more. And that was what was more important. So that's the end of my game. We'll see how many points the Tau can rack up in their last turn. Alright, so we're back at the end of Tau turn 5 and the end of the game, and I wasn't tabled. That's the good news. So he able to move his models around, so he finally got max points on his recon. He got 3 points this turn. Oh, Devilfish way over there. Also shot in and killed the destroyers. And then my warriors held out thanks to my cryptic. He had the Chronometron, I think it's called, to give him a 5-up invulnerable save. So they were rocking a 5-up, so they weathered the fire pretty well. Other than that, the Tau scored 26 points on the secondary. And the Necron got 29 points on secondary, and Necron 35 on primary, and Tau 30 on primary. So on points, I won, but I also had unpainted models in my army. So if you go by the tournament pack, I lost by 2 points because I had unpainted models. So it was a good game. Lots of carnage. I weathered the Tau storm better than I thought I would. I just kind of focused on points as best as I could. I knew I was going to lose chunks of my army at a time, but I think it turned out pretty well. So thanks for watching. We'll be back next time.